What's up, everybody? It's Josh with Reddit Viper coming at you with another war recap video. We had our last war was against an Indonesian clan called Tangrang Selatip. It looked like we were going to have a pretty decent war when we first matched with them. Actually, we thought we were in for a tough one because we took a look at the board and they're really heavily engineered. So we rolled with a fairly straightforward Town Hall comp. We had two Town Hall 11s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Town Hall 10s, and then no heads and mark our 9.5s, and then the rest Town Hall 9s, a couple of Town Hall 8s at the bottom. On their side, they had 1, 2, 3 Town Hall 11s, so they had one extra Town Hall 11. This one was underdeveloped defensively, but it did have the Eagle Artillery, did have the Warden, and then they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Town Hall 10s, so they had an extra 10, extra 11. These two were both 11s, just without the Eagle Artillery, without upgraded defenses. And then just down the board, they had probably 3 or 4 other 10s and probably another 3 11s, just really engineered. 38 and 30, 37 and 38, I think, were both Town Hall 11s. So anyways, when we looked at the map, we thought, oh, we're going to be in for a tough one here because we're overmatched up top pretty heavily, but we ended up handling it pretty easily. They just weren't as strong attackers, and we crushed the war. So take a look at it. They left 4 Town Hall 9s, I guess, on the board, and then up top they didn't do too well against our top. I don't think they 3-starred any Town Hall 10s. These two are not 9.5s. On our side, we cleared them. Other than their number 1, got all the Town Hall 9s. They had some decent bases. So they had a couple bases that gave us a little trouble. Got all their Town Hall 10s and their 11s cleared, except for number 1 we couldn't pull off the 3 on. So this was probably our best war because they were legit defensively, and we got it done. We were coming off a loss. We had faced a pretty tough clan last war and lost. We were overmatched. They had an extra 11, but yeah, we couldn't pull it off. Lost it by not getting a 3 or a 2-star on one of their 11s. Otherwise, we would have had the percentage. So everyone was disappointed with that and coming back with a vengeance, and we took it out on these Indonesian guys. All right, so like we like to do here at Viper, going to take a look at our 6-star assassins. So down at the bottom we had Yolo. So Yolo is Smash 7, who's one of our longtime leaders. Came in through with a 6-star war. We're going to watch that attack on 19. Canadian Devil is Tom's alt. That's a Town Hall 8 account. Tom had a Town Hall 6-star on his Town Hall 8 and his Town Hall 9. So 12 stars for Tom. So killer war, man. I missed it by 1% on my mini, hitting 2 Town Hall 11s, engineered bases. Monster Joshy pulled it off there. It seems like I'm calling his name every war, so good job, Joshy. Killing it, man. There's Tom with his second 6 stars. So again, 12 stars for Tom. A couple of guys with 193, 190, so had some really strong wars. Magic and Savior both had 6 stars, so good job to you two. Who else we got here? DukeFall. So Duke is one of our Town Hall 9s that's quickly becoming just a beast. So great war, Duke. We're going to watch one of his attacks, I think. And then Serval is he's usually one of our top 2 Town Hall 9s and one of our top few strongest Town Hall 9s too, just killing it every war. So good job, Serval. We'll watch his attack on number 8. And then we had TT with 2 Town Hall 10 clears, so great war, TT. We're gonna do these videos. Usually we do everything together, but because we had so many Town Hall 10 and 11 clears, we're gonna do 2 videos. This will be the Town Hall 9s recaps, and then we'll do a separate recap with the Town Hall 10s and 11s. So TT, great war, man. coming through for us, and then Matt with clearing both Town Hall 11s. Like I said, 3 was a little underdeveloped, but 11 nonetheless, and come through with a couple strong ones there. So great job, Matt. Defensively, we had one guy who stood out, Mr. Yoji, ex-Yoji DMT, with 7 hits on his base, and they still didn't clear it. So great war on defense there, Yoji. Keep that base. We won't show you guys that one. All right, let's get to some attacks here. So we Stoned HoBo still dominated the war, but there's so much diversity at Town Hall 9s. I think we cleared almost 20 bases with Stoned HoBo, but we had just a ton of different stuff. We had Pentaloons, we had Sextupaloons, which that's what we're gonna watch from Smash Yolo. We had a queen walk and bowler walk with Valks. It was a really cool attack. I don't know if we're gonna watch that one, but anyways, let's get to him here. So first up, we had Neempoo on number 21. Where are we at? There we go. All right, so Neempoo comes in with, sorry about that, comes in with a queen walk GoBoLaLo. Sorry. So he's gonna come in with his queen from this side and walk her around. This base had been hit before one time, I think, so we knew there was a Tesla farm in here, knew some of the traps, but when he was drawing this up, my one concern was that this Expo was going to get on his queen, because it did reach. If she stepped into this area, the Expo did reach her. So I didn't suggest this because it was, kind of hindsight, but he sends in a couple of golems here for funneling, and what he's going to do is he's going to queen walk, and then he's going to get his whole kill squad into this area and take out this sweeper, archer queen, this sweeper, and this air defense. Then he's going to send in hounds and his, trickle his loons around. So I'll let it run here. We've got a lot of attacks to watch, so I'll just kind of let him run, drop a little bit. But I was concerned that his queen was going to get taken out by that Expo if he didn't drop his golems early enough, which that is what ends up happening. You'll see in a minute here, as she's walking, that Expo ends up getting trained on her, and she ends up dying, which luckily she takes out the CC right before she bites the dust. So otherwise, I think it would have been trouble, because there's either a dragon or a mini drag, baby drag in the CC. So luckily she gets it right before she keels off. If he would have just waited, or dropped his golems a little bit earlier, then the Expo would have tanked on the golem, and his queen would have survived, probably the whole raid. But still works out. I mean, we're watching it because he wrecks it. So that was the other thing that he could have done differently. Neempoo, if you watch this, deploy your hounds from different angles instead of just dropping them both in there. Send them from a couple different angles and have them soak up some more air bombs, air mines, whatever. Other than that, I mean, that Expo, I think that was a ground-facing Expo anyways, so that wasn't going to affect his LaLoon portion, but at this point his kill squad is completely dead, and it's just he's got those loons. He does keep those 3 loons in the bag because he knows he's fine with what he's got out there, so he keeps those 3 loons in the bag just for spreading them around. Actually, he already started dropping some of them. But he's got plenty of pups. His one hound doesn't pop. Oh, fast forward here. Actually, take that back. It pops right at the very end. But at this point, the base is wrecked. This GoBoLaLo is a really strong attack. It's not as popular as the Stoned HoBo, at least in our clan. I think it's because it's, people are just still a little intimidated by air attacks, but it's such a strong attack. There's not many Town Hall 9s that can stand up to it if it's done well. So great job, Neempoo. Keep up that stuff. Oh yeah, the other thing on that attack, I'll just restart it real quickly because I forgot to point it out. He only brings two. It's only two healers for his queen walk. So you know you can take a look at what your queen is going to walk into, and you don't have to have 4 or 5 healers for a queen walk if she's only going to face 1 point defense at a time. Be smart with what she brings. All right, Tom hitting number 20. Sorry, I'm just looking at my list and I think I've missed one, but I'll figure it out. So this was a base, interesting base. Like I said, they had some decent bases. This was one of them that gave us a little bit of trouble. I think we hit it 3 times, maybe 4. And they also had another lower base, one of their Town Hall 11 engineered that was the same setup. So Tom comes in, the same attack that a bunch of people did, a couple of golems and funneling whiz to create his funnel. He's going to send everything in, his kill squad in here, jump here. He does the double jump, so second jump to get to the second expo. And the biggest difference that Tom has with everybody else is Tom drops a couple of hogs to take out this archer tower, and he just is a little more patient with his funnel. So I'm going to let it run here. So what got some of the other attackers into trouble is they weren't patient enough with letting their funnel develop, and so the bowlers, you'll see when they get dropped, he pre-poisons that queen, which is smart. It helps his golem last a little bit longer. But what got some of the other attackers into trouble is this side of the funnel over here made their bowlers walk. So Tom was more patient with dropping his bowlers, waited till the funnel was a little more developed. I forgot to point out he did drop those 2 hogs on that archer tower, and they took out that archer tower. They weakened that expo, so that stuff was all taken care of. This is weird to me that his Barb King doesn't go outside after the gold storage and collector. I don't know why that AI worked that way, but it worked out well for Tom. So, but yeah, he poisons the CC. He's got a heal down in there, so everything gets healed back up. His bowlers, they're all up at this point, just wrecking stuff in there. They've already taken out 1 double giant bomb set, and he's starting to trickle his hogs in. Like we've talked about pretty much every video we've done and all the other Stoned HoBo videos, being patient with your hogs, trickling them in when stuff is tanking is super important. So look, just 1 hog on a mortar, stuff like that. Got to be smart with your hogs on this attack. And generally, if you're patient with your hogs, your kill squad is gonna, they're gonna get to a place where they can tank for stuff. So he gets really thin with his hogs. I don't even know where the other giant bombs are on this space, because he only triggered the double set, and I don't think he runs into another one here. So anyways, but he gets really thin with his hogs. He's only got 2 left, it looks like. But yeah, at this point the base is wrecked. I'll fast forward the cleanup. And that's all it is from here. So great job, Tom, dropping all the way down. Tom's one of our lower Town Hall 9s, dropped all the way down, cleared number 20 max base. So good job, Tommy. All right, next up, I think this is the one that I missed. Yeah, here we go. So Yolo coming in. So this is the one that I told you about. Sextuple. Six hounds. He's got 5 hounds and a max 1 in the CC. So Yolo, he's a defenseless base of smashes. We don't war with him generally, unless we have a bigger war and we need an extra one. So this is pretty much his only attack is Pentaloon, which this time he went with six hounds. So this kind of base, pretty symmetrical. The air defenses are close together, which actually help. Sorry, I thought I played it here. I did. He's just taking a while to get started. So just spreading his hounds out, getting loons down right away. This attack is all about being smart with your hounds and your loon deployment. And then spell placement, making sure you get your spells down in the spots where they're going to, 1, get the queen out of there, get her killed off. He knows those a couple hounds are going to pop. Smartly, you drop 1 the one extra hound, so two on the side that has 2 hounds is going to be your max hound that's in the CC. The other side gets 3. That's, you know, with a penta. On this one, obviously, he had the 6 hounds, so I think he ends up having 2 hounds that don't pop. So he probably could have got away fine with 5, but I mean, the base is wrecked. So at this point, we're a minute into the raid. All the defenses are down, and it's just clean up. So, and he's still got 2 hounds standing and probably, I don't know, 10 balloons maybe. So yeah, so just complete wreckage. Smash knows what he's doing with these air attacks. So good job, Smash. He had the 6-star war with Yolo. So both of them, he had the Pentaloon was his other one, and that Sextupaloon. All right, next up we have Mr. Kakarot on 16. Yeah, here we go. So, like I said, tried to mix up the attacks that we show here. This one, you know, not a overly impressive base design, kind of more of a farming base design, but I mean, sometimes these bases can be a little troublesome. So he's going to come in with a queen walk and bowler walk. So he's going to start his queen walk up top and walk her down this side, and then get all this, you know, interior stuff cleaned out with his queen. And then on this side, he's going to drop some bowlers and have them clean out this side, and they'll clean out all this stuff with his bowlers. So I'll let it roll here because it does take a little bit of time. But just a smart attack. I mean, the goal, he's got those 11 Valks. He has bowlers in the CC, and the goal is just to, you know, make a funnel so that he can get his Valks in from this corner and jump them into the core, because they have the dual expos in the core, and then there's a Tesla farm in here. So he lures the CC smartly, because make sure that his queen takes that out, and, you know, doesn't get lured on and drop some loon bombs on his Valks or his bowlers. So, you know, does that well. Double poison there. She's going to take care of that just fine. And then he's going to start his bowler walk. So down there, see his bowlers are starting. You know, just use some minions for funnels. This does take some planning to make sure that you drop in the right spot, and they're going to walk the right way. So smart placement on both his queen walk and his bowler walk. And yeah, I mean, from here it's just 2 healers on the bowlers, and they keep them. I think he loses only 1 bowler. No, I take that back. By the end of the walk, he's only got 1 bowler left. So his bowlers do end up dying off, but they take out the king. They take out, yeah, and they make that funnel. So here he's drops the 1 giant down just to tank a little bit, and then his Valks, and he's going to drop his Barb King in a minute here. At some point, there we go. And the jump spell's down. He's going to drop a rage once the Valks take the jump, a rage and a heal on the core, and they're just going to wreck everything in that core. The queen's going to jump over there, and yeah, she doesn't jump all the way into the middle, but she gets close enough. Oh no, she does jump in the middle. Bad move, queen. So at that point, base is pretty much toast. He's got 3, 4, 5 point defenses that are going to go down pretty quick with a couple Valks over there, over on those cannons. And yeah, I mean, at this point, base is wrecked. He's got loads left, tons of Valks, tons of he hasn't even used his queen ability. He's still got troops in the bag. I don't think he even uses everything. I think he saves those cleanup. He doesn't even swag them. So great job, Kak. Nice job on 16. Smart and interesting attack there. All right, Woody coming in on number 14 with the cold-blooded LaLoon. Like I said, there's a lot of different attacks you can do right now at Town Hall 9. It's a fun time to be at Town Hall 9 because you can clear bases with a lot of stuff. You know, we're liking seeing people mix it up and clear bases with more than just the Stoned HoBo. So you know what? I'm just gonna let this one run because I don't remember what Woody does here. I didn't write it up. Okay, so he's coming in with, oh yeah, he's got the 1 golem over on the southwest side here. Smartly drops that balloon. It's gonna take out that whiz tower and this archer tower. So really smart job there. and his golem is just tanking. I was a little worried that his troops would move over and not take the jump, but they did. That they would walk there, but they went the right way. Got in there. Queen comes in to take care of the baby drag. All right, so as we were watching this attack, I thought it was going to be a fail because he does everything well as far as getting his LaLoon portion. So he's got 3 hounds. He's got the CC hound, and then 2 of his own hounds. But his kill squad doesn't make it over to the queen. So I didn't think he was going to have enough left to, and they have air skellies on top of it. So I thought he was going to fail, but it ends up working out well. He gets everything just pathed perfectly that it's going over. He drops those last balloons, smartly. He's still got 1 hound up, which is going to pop at the right there and finish off his queen with those last few pups. And I mean, at the end of it, it wasn't even close. But I always, on a LaLoon, I hate having the queen left standing, so that made me a little nervous. But Woody, we were nervous for nothing because Woody wrecked it. So great job, Woody. Another fun attack to watch. So, on another interesting base. Like I said, these guys had some decent bases. All right, last Town Hall 9 attack we're gonna watch is Serval. So like I said, he's one of our studs at Town Hall 9, coming in with the max heroes, and he's gonna go with another GoBoLaLo. So this one was not the strongest base. I mean, this was one of their Town Hall 11s, kind of engineered. Didn't have a warden. I don't know what the point of going to Town Hall 11 is if you're not going to add the warden. But anyway, I'm going to let it run here. He's coming in with his golems. He takes out the queen right away with a couple wizards. Coming in with his golems, getting them funneled in here, and going to drop a jump, I think right here. His goal, so he's going to have a wall breaker fail very soon here. And I think the wizard tower takes out his wall breakers. But when that happened, we're afraid. Yeah, so here we go. Oh, so the 1 wall breaker just goes crazy. Supercell really should fix the wall breaker AI. Something that can totally ruin a raid. That's, if you do everything right, you make sure you drop your wall breakers all together. They should run to the same wall section. They shouldn't run to 2 different wall sections. But anyway, that's a pet peeve of mine. But the patience that he has on those bowlers, he waits all the way until the Golem and his king break through that wall section. And if he didn't do that, if he had just dropped his bowlers earlier, they probably would have walked they probably would have walked down this way or up this way. But he has such patience, waits until he knows exactly where they're going to go, and then them getting into the base, that's what ends up getting him the 3-star, because they take out that air defense right there. They take out another archer tower. They take out that expo's ground facing anyway, but they take that out. And his queen comes over here and eventually gets this air defense out of the way. So I'm going to pause it here when he starts his loons. Okay, so he just dropped his first loons, and look at the base. Oops. Look at the base right now. His first loons haven't dropped bombs. And, I mean, there's basically, as far as the defenses, there's a third of the base left. Everything else is completely wrecked from just his kill squad, which was 2 golems, his heroes, a few funneling wizards, and the bowlers. So if you have smart kill squad deployment, and you can just completely wreck a base with this attack, especially on these compact bases are good. GoBoLaLo and Stoned HoBo, because the bowlers just get in there and just wreck so much stuff. So yeah, I mean, great job. He's got 4 balloons in the bag still, and the base is pretty much toast, and a haste spell. His queen's going to take care of the king here, and from here he's just going to drop his loons around to get the cleanup. Fast forward through that. So that was it. Serval with a 6-star war, and that was his second 3-star. So great job, man. That's going to be it for the Town Hall 9. So we will come back with a Town Hall 10 video because we've got a bunch of them to watch, 10s and 11s. So we'll bring it back with a separate video for that one. All right, catch you guys later.